So I sit here in my sort of kind of office thing, and I wonder, what steel should I use to patch all the rust on the body of Black Bess, the 71 station wagon that I've been working on? So I do what everybody does. I Google it. What gauge steel to use for old cars? 18 gauge seems to work fine. I don't know how thick that is. About 40 thou, 0.04, whatever. Okay? And then I remember I saw possibly the greatest source of steel. Interesting. Okay, alright, now we got enough steel to make these two patches, I think. I think this one, I don't know, might not be long enough, maybe it is, for two pieces to make the front rusted piece of the front part of the fender well, which is the worst part of it. And then this piece, we're going to cut kind of an intricate shape. We're going to have to make, you know, some templates for these pieces before I cut it off the car. The only thing I got to work around is the fact that obviously none of this is straight. This piece, bam, fixed. But this has got kind of the ass cheek rest that, you know, it's dished, domed. But luckily I think, you know, whenever we cut whatever piece this is, it's going to take whatever stretch tension out of it. So, anyway. What the hell happened to my chair? Okay. Alright, she's a little crust. Oh no. Alright. Oh boy. That's for air stabilization. This side, however, isn't as bad as I thought it was, but it's, oh, never mind. I take that back. Yeah, you know, it's not good, is what I'm saying. So we're gonna do what I probably did on the other side, is just come up to where there's no more rust, zang, zang, and just cut a square, basically. This side is gonna be a little bit more difficult. What I'm thinking I'm probably gonna do is just make a curved strip, right, ow, that follows this curve, and then make another strip that's flat, ow, and kind of box it in, and then we'll stitch it up in here. But I'm gonna try and come in below this dent, not above it, only because I don't really have an excuse. Just, I don't know. I just don't feel like dealing with it. Would it be easier? I don't know. There's also this dent here. And it also matches with that dent back there, because it all happened at once, obviously. For now, I'm just gonna do with this. I'm just gonna deal with this. I'm just gonna zing. Maybe I'll cut. That's what we'll do. We'll just zing zang that in half, because it's gonna be nice and flat there. We'll hammer that up, and then we'll just stitch it, stitch it, stitch it. What am I talking about? I know how to cut curves with grinders. I'm the greatest there's ever been. Anyway, just zing zang all that crap out of here, and just come right here, right where this seam is. Because down here, for some reason, is still super solid, but up here, super crusty. I'm not sure how the hell that happened. All right, so we got it all kind of templated out. Just laid the cardboard on the steel, spray painted it, because I ain't got no Sharpie, and this is kind of the most fastest, accurate way if you can do it. Anyway, so we're gonna cut it out, and I think I'll flatten it afterwards. Yeah, you know, honestly, if I was a smart man, I would do it on the other side, but we're already here. Cut it out, and just bend it the other direction. Okay, we got it roughed out. Now we're gonna use the probably the grinder, bench grinder, and really precise fit it. Let's just eyeball it real quick, making sure we didn't make a mistake. But we still have more steel. I'm gonna lay that up there. Yeah, I think that'll be just fine. It might be a little bit taller than I want, but we can always just cut more of it away. So let's do it. I'm really upset that I missed the golden opportunity to not have it this way, but have it this way, because then we could have left these letters on the outside. That would have been really funny. Anyway, so I think what we're gonna do is kind of layer in like that, kind of see what's going down. We're gonna zing-zang and probably push and tack until it's to the right radius of this shape, you know, because it kind of goes in. So we'll start at the bottom because that's the most flat, and just work our way up to the top. Obviously after we cut this out, which we're getting pretty close to. But before we do, I want to cut this piece just so we make sure that it's going to follow the general curvature. Obviously this curvature is all effed up, but I want to make sure that I don't change it too much, because right now this tire clears just fine. So yeah, I mean, obviously when it hit the guardrail of the bridge, things got a little bit funny. Okay, no going back now. So rough cut it in. Oh, see if it'll just pop right out. Oh. Hello there. Oh dear. We just. What are you important? You're a rock. All right, what else is still here? Just excavate the top layer first, I guess, because the bottom layer might be what we weld to be honest. Ow! Release yourself. All right. Damn. She was not faring too well. Come on, get out of there. Try not to cut the crap out of my hand. Gloves would probably be ideal, or just getting this tire out, but somehow I don't have the tools to do that here. Okay, so what I think I'm gonna do is cut some of this away. Jeez. At least to where I can't fold it back with my fingers. Probably just zzz, right there. Or I might not, because that might help with the structure of it. I don't know. Decisions. I think we'll just cut it. I don't want to mess with it. And then what we'll do is we'll grind away this edge till it's kind of at this corner where it's still kind of good enough. Probably gonna blow through a lot of this welding. I'm gonna turn down really low. But then same kind of with the top of this. And the goal here is just, it's probably gonna, you know, oh my gosh. Get some compressed air, blow all this out first. But just grind everything as square and as flat as we can with the flat disc and the cutoff wheel. And just grind it down. And then what we'll do is we'll butt weld it in. We'll just push it up against here and zzz that in. And then we'll just tack. What is going on with my phone? Like right on this corner if we can. And just kind of go from there. Namely because we know that this corner fits with the door. Okay, so these welds are really not good. But I'm just gonna keep grinding, then welding and grinding and welding and doing it the slow way. It's just this, especially where I was at, this sheet metal is so rusted and so thin, I'm just blowing through everywhere. So doing the best that I can. I'm not actually that good of a welder anyway, and I'm not a fabricator. I'm just making this up as I'm going. So what I think I'm gonna do is with the cutoff disc, score a line up till this curve, right? And then maybe cut it, fold it, score kind of another line, and oh geez, that's a great shot. Score another line and maybe fade it out a little bit, because this lands about where I want it to. I'm gonna cut into it here. But the bottom does not. So I can either cut it all and try and blend it somehow. I think the reality is the bottom is just thicker than the top is, just the way she goes. And then use the other piece and cap it in. But if I can, I would like to try and get this facet here, how it, I don't know if I'll be able to get the dish out. I don't think so. I don't think metal bends that way without some serious tooling that I definitely do not have. But maybe we'll attack it with some channel locks. I don't know. I mean, I don't care. What's the worst that's gonna happen? It's gonna look like crap. It kind of already does. So, but it does have the good out sweep, and then once we stitch this top in, it'll tuck good. It'll be good. You know, I probably could have taken out this whole dent, but honestly, doesn't matter. I like that the dent's there a little bit. Oh gosh. So, yeah, I'll bring it back if it goes well. If not, you'll just never see this car again. All right, look, listen, hear me out. It doesn't look that bad, okay? We're getting this stitched in on the top. And if it looks like I'm running just fat welds for sheet metal work, I am. Okay, everything's melting through, and this is how it's getting done. I'm basically just stacking tacks. So now all we gotta do is I'm just gonna split this, bring them two together, stitch it in, probably whack it a few times with the old tiny Harding, and just to try and round that out so it's not a peak. You know, so it's not such an obvious peak. And a little help with the grinder, I'm sure, is going to help that. And then I might even try and flare this out a little bit, just bashing it. But you know, I don't know. Might be time to know when to hold them and when to fold them, kind of stuff. But then, you know, I'm not 100% sure I'm even going to run a piece inside here. Maybe I will to like here and here, but I don't even know if it's really worth the effort at this point, to be honest. I might just leave that because it's, you know, it's just doing nothing but giving me more tire clearance. And I'm just gonna spray bomb everything so it doesn't rust, you know, instantly. But I just gotta clean up a little bit, grinding stuff, grinding, lots of grinding. I'm getting a lot of welding practice, which is good because I suck at welding. So that's how you get better at something you suck at, is you just do it a lot. So, but I'm pretty proud of the fact that I'm able to get kind of a almost sort of body line going on here. You know, it's not perfect, but you know, the whole car is a 10-footer, so why not? I don't know if I'm gonna be tackling that today, but that's gonna be much easier. I'm basically just making a square and sticking it in there, so should be just fine. Plus the whole bottom of that, I don't know if you'll see it, the whole bottom little spare tire well thing needs to be gone through and patched and stuff. There's a lot of rust on this car. I'm just getting the stuff that really bugs me. So that, eventually that, stuff in the windows, ugh. Lots of stuff. But I found they threw away some shelves that are steel, so that's good. I found more flat steel to do this stuff out of because I'm dirt cheap. And I found some thicker stuff that might come in handy on a project that we haven't talked about yet. Building a kind of a portable, sort of a portable hand crank forge for going to shows or people's houses or just on the fly kind of stuff. That's not too bad. It looks a little bit weird because the joint there where it's welded is shiny, so it's kind of difficult to see like that it's in the right place because it kind of reflects the black of the tire and it sort of disappears, but the chalky green whatever color stands out. But I promise it doesn't just go it does have a curve to it. doesn't look like it yet, but I'm not gonna scrub the paint off that thing yet, just because we're not ready to really paint it. So we're just gonna throw some clear coat on top of that, or black, or whatever I've got kind of sitting around, just to keep it from really dissolving. As for this corner, gonna do it another day. I'm hungry, I'm tired, but just to kind of walk you through, this whole passenger side's got some stuff to deal with. This whole, both windows on both sides, you got to come out. I gotta see how bad the rust is in there, and then run new weather stripping in there, and you know, gotta do that before it just dissolves this quarter panel. This side's not so bad rust wise. It's kind of already been sort of taken care of, and this actually has kind of held in, because that was just, I think it was a couple of pinholes. This, however, definitely I want to cut that out. It looks ridiculous, and that was done before me, so I'm leaving it. Oh, but also I gotta figure out what the hell I'm gonna do with this. Having cars sitting on the dock of the bay is not where it's at, man. Anyway, that's what I'm calling it. It does not look too bad for me not knowing how to weld and not being a fabricator. I'm not gonna grind the welds all the way down, partly for structural, partly also because I feel like it's not quite the look of the car. Like, I've just got brazing nuggets and stuff everywhere, and I kind of just want to leave it. I sort of like the style, and I feel like grinding it down is going to be doing it a little bit more harm than good. And if it sounds like an excuse for me being lazy, it is, 100%. No bones about it. All right, let's try and drop it. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's not bad at all. It matches the it matches the dent. Good. Good. It's not bad. Anybody looking for a full-time body man, look me up. I definitely know what I'm doing.